So question 1.1 says simplify. So the way we do this, we just multiply each number of this one with each on that side. So 5x times 2x is 10x to the power 3. That's minus 15x squared minus 5x. So we're going to have plus 2x squared minus 3x minus 1. Okay? So then we're going to go, what like terms we can add, we're going to say this is 10x to the power 3 minus 15, and x squared can add up, so that is minus 13x squared, and then minus 5 minus 3 is minus 8x, and then we're just going to have minus 1 left. Okay, so that's your answer for 1.1.1. 1.2, 9x plus 1 times 5x plus 2 . Okay, so the first thing is here, we try to put all these numbers in the prime numbers. So that's 3 to the power 2x plus 2, because that becomes 3 to the power 2 times 5x plus 2 over 45. Prime numbers is, what is 45 prime numbers? 3 to the power 2 times 5. I just need to times that out so we can see that better. So that is 3 to the power 2x plus 2. I'm just going to subtract this off now, so then that is minus 2x minus 1. Okay? Times 5 to the power x plus 2 minus x minus 1. So that gives us 2x minus 2x is 0, 2 minus 1 is 1. Then 5x minus x is just 0, 2 minus 1 is just 1. So your answer is just 3 times 5, which is 15. Okay, so question 1.2.1 says factorize fully. So the first thing we're going to do here, we're going to get two brackets. And we know the multiples, we can use the multiples of 2 and 1, and the multiples of 5 and 1. So if we cross multiply, if it's a minus, we have a plus and a minus bracket. Okay, so if we cross multiply, it's going to be 2 and 5, but the biggest number must be positive, so that's positive and minus. So you can put the minus there and the plus, so we can get plus 3, which is the middle number there. So that forms your bracket. So then you're going to have 2x plus 5 and x minus 1. So that is fully factorized. Okay, so the way we'll do this, first of all, we need to get the brackets out first, and then that is going to be minus 3. So that is going to be 9 x to the power 8 y to the power 2, and this is going to be minus 27 x to the power 6 y to the power 6, and that's just going to be 12x squared minus 12 y4. Okay, then here we're going to just multiply the minus 3 in there. So in the first thing, I think we can take out a minus 3, or just multiply everything out first. 7 x 8 y to the power 2, and this becomes plus 27 x 6 y 6 plus 12 x squared minus 12y to the power 4. Okay, so the first thing here that I can see is we can take out a 3 as a common factor, just to make things a bit more easier. So if we take 3 out, we left with minus 9x 8. So if we take that out as a common factor, 3, so minus 9, then we're going to have y2 plus 9x6 y6 plus 4x squared minus 4y to the power 4. Okay? So now we're going to see what we can group together. So I'm thinking of grouping this together and group that together. Okay? So I'm going to say 3. So here I'm going to take out minus 9 x to the power 6 y2, and then you're going to be left with x squared minus y squared, and if I take out 4 here, then I'm left with x squared minus y 4. Sorry, this is 4, not 2. Sorry, that's 4. Okay? Bracket. It's a long sum. So now we can say this, these two can be taken out as a common factor. So now we're going to have this whole thing, we're going to have 3 times x squared minus y to the power 4. And then we're going to have minus 9x 6 y2 plus 4, and then we can, in both of these, we can do differential squares. So that's why your answer is not done yet, because differential squares here is x minus y squared, x plus y squared. And in this case, we're going to have, because you can flip these numbers around, we're going to have, if I made it 4 minus 9, that is just 2 minus 3x 3y, and 2 plus 3x 3y. So, question 2 says, solve x. So the way we will do this, we multiply that out, is x squared minus 4x, bring the 12 overs, minus 12 equal to 0. Factorize this, we are going to have 2 brackets equal to 0. So that's going to be x, so be a plus and a minus because there's a minus there. So the multiples of 12 is 6 and 2. So the biggest one must be 6, like that. So then x is just minus 2 or x is 6. Okay. So in this question, we can already see what, if you make this differential square, factorize this, it will be 1 minus x and 1 plus x. Okay. So if we just do, we can just do this, we can make it, put this over 1 minus x, 1 plus x on this side, and this side we're going to say 1 minus x and 1 plus x. Why I say? So because of that 1 minus x, we have to flip this over, so we multiply with the minus, so then we're going to become 2x, but also we multiply it with 1 plus x at the bottom, so that's 1 plus x there. Okay? Here we have nothing changed from this one, so that's x minus 3 But in here we have minus 2x plus 4. What change 0 x plus 1 is just times by 1 minus x. Okay? So when you have it like this bottom layers can multiply out. So that will be out. So it's just going to cancel out. So we're going to have x minus 3 minus, if we multiply this bracket out, is 2x minus 2x squared plus 4 minus 4x. Okay, this is equal to 2x plus 2x squared. So now we can just simplify this. So this becomes x minus 3 plus 2x squared plus 4. These two, 2x minus 4x is, sorry, that's minus 4. That's minus 2x times minus this plus 2x equal to, so bring that 2x also over, minus 2x squared equal to 0. So what can we simplify here? We can, first of all, we can say z can cancel over z1z, and the minus 2x cancel over minus 2xz. Then we have x minus 3 minus 4 is just minus 7 equal to 0. And then x is just equal to 7. Okay, so with this one, we try getting this exponent out, so we're going to break this up. We're going to take 2x out, so we left with 1 minus 2 to the power negative 1 equal to 4. So then that is 2 to the power x minus a half equal to 4. And then to get 2 to the power x alone, we just need to divide 4 divided by half. 4 divided by half is just 8. And then write 8 in its prime numbers. And the ground numbers are the same. Then x is equal to 3. Okay, so the first question is solve x. The way we solve x here, we will say everything you do in the middle, you're going to do on the sides. So we're going to say minus 2x, we're going to take 1 over, so it becomes plus. So 3 plus 1 is 4. And then minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. So then we divide by 2. So we divide by minus 2, we need to flip the sign. So then that is going to be x bigger than minus 2 and smaller than equal to negative half. Okay, if you want to write it in better formation, you can say that is minus 2 is smaller than x, be smaller than minus of half. Okay, then question 2.2 is ours. Write this in interval notation. So you will just say x is the element of, if it's just smaller but not equal, just a round bracket, so minus 2. But if it's smaller and equal, then it is minus a half. But then it's a block bracket like that. Okay, then they say illustrate the answer on the number line 2.2.3. So you just create a number line. Then we have say minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. Okay, so whenever it's just smaller or just bigger than that, then you have a bigger. Okay, but then if it is close or equal to, You look where the half is, you go in the middle and make a dot like that. Okay. So question 2.3, they say the sum of the squares of two consecutive natural numbers is 85. So if we say x is a rational number, so we're going to say squared. Because they say the sum of the square of two consecutive numbers. Then it's going to be x plus 1, which because that's consecutive, squared equal to 85. So if we just multiply this bracket out, we're going to have x squared plus 2x plus 1 equal to 85. So this becomes 2x squared plus 2x minus 84 is equal to 0. So here we can just take out the 2 right through and just say it's x squared plus x minus 42 is equal to 0. Because if you just divide right through with 2, you're going to be left with this. Okay? So now, factors of 42, so we're going to have two brackets. So we're going to say x, factors of 42 is 7 times 6, so you're going to have plus 7, x minus 6, so then x is going to be minus 7 or x is going to be 6. Okay. So they say write down the first first two terms of the sequence. The first term will be t1, so that's 1 over 3 times 1 plus 1, so that is 1 over 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4, so that is 1 over 4. t2 is 1 over 3 times 2 plus 1, that is 1 over 6 plus 1 is 7. Okay. So next question they ask, for which value, determine for which term the sequence has a value of 1, 3, 2, 5. So when you have it already like this, because this is the term, the nth term, you can just cross multiply this. And that is 3 to 5 equal to 3n plus 1. Okay? Then take the 1 over, that's 3 to 4 is equal to 3n. Divide both sides by 3. And that will give you n is 108. The 108th term will be n. Okay, question 4. Graphs. Okay, so first question they said determine the equation of g. G is the parabola. So the first thing that we can already see, we have a point C, which is the y-intercept of both graphs, which is of the straight line. Your y-intercept can just be, if that is if, the y-intercept is just, if x is 0, then your y is just 0 and minus 4. Okay. And then for the second equation, you have so then for B, we can also get the point for B because B is also the x-intercept of the straight line of f, which is, if you work it out, you're going to say y equal to 0, take the 4 over. And then you're just going to divide 2 in D, so that is 2 and 0. Okay, so now we're going to determine 4.1. So the equation is already y is equal to ax squared minus q. We know what our q is, it's minus 4. So we're going to put in the, so we're just going to say that is y equal to ax squared plus, minus 4. Okay, then we're gonna say, the way we're gonna do that, we're gonna say, so then we just need to substitute the point in, point for b, so then that is 0 is equal to a to the power 2 minus 4, take the 2 in over, so that is 4 equal to 4a, so a is just 1. So then your graph is just going to be y equal to x squared minus 4. So they say for the next question we must show that the length of CD is 5. So this is the graph of H. Okay, so we know this y-intercept, so we know D here is the y-intercept of this is 0 and 1. And then we have a point C that is 0 and negative 4. So the distance between these two is just, say that minus this just adds up. So then CD is 5. Okay? So if you just say that one, the distance from it to the origin is 1, and from the origin to negative 4 is 4 units, so then 1 plus 4 units is 5 units. That's how you determine it. So next question is say determine the intersection point of F and H of E, the intersection point. What do you do there? You make the two graphs equal. So F equal to H, these are the two graphs equal. Only thing we can do, we take the x's to one side and take the numbers to one side. So it's x minus a half x equal to 4 plus 1. So this is say minus or 3 over 2x equal to 5. So divide that in, then that will just be 10 over 3. X will be 10 over 3. If you substitute this into one of these equations, then that will be y is equal to a half 10 over 3 plus 1. So that is 10 over 6 plus 1. So that is 16 over 6. So E is then just 10 over 3 and 16 over 6. You can simplify that if you want to simplify it more. So, they say the range of G, which is our parabola. A parabola is x squared minus 4. So the way we will do our range, we will say our range is y is the element of real numbers, where y is bigger and equal to negative 4. Okay? So last question I asked, for which value of h is fx bigger than gx? So the only part where fx is bigger than gx is where we can see between point C and B. So those points there. So if you look at x values, you're going to say that where x is smaller than what is B's x value. B's x value is 2, and what is C's x value is 0. So that's how you will do your values.